Hi friends, once again we made to continue our lesson. In our first class we learned about force, how to measure the force, by what we can measure, what are the units to measure the force, such like we discussed in our past classes. And also we learned about types of forces. So force is described two ways. Those we already discussed. What are those? We discussed about that. One is two ways means force is classified as a means two types. One is we learn about that contact force. Another one is a non-contact force. Non-contact force. One is we learn about contact force. One is we learn about contact force. Another one is non-contact force. Another one is non-contact force. So what are the meaning of those contact force and non-contact force? And also, what are the different examples for the contact force and non-contact force? Means examples for the forces. What type of forces we can talk? Examples for the contact force and non-contact force. Contact force and non-contact force. Understand? So first we will understand what is the meaning of contact force and non-contact force. Okay. Then we are going to talk about contact force. What is a contact force? See here. A direct physical contact force, a direct physical contact force is acting between two interacting objects. Two interacting objects. So what I'm saying to you, a direct physical contact force is acting between two interacting objects is known as contact force. Do you understand? See, a direct physical contact means we are applying a force by our body part, by our body contact, physical part, by our physical part. See, a force directly acting by our body part means it is directly in contact to the two bodies. Two bodies are interacting direct by physically. Before we discussed a number of examples to talk about, to understand about the pull, push, both. There in that most of the examples we are applied direct our physical contact force to any one of the object. Is it or not? Of course. So here what I am saying here, so a direct physical contact force is acting between two interacting objects is known as contact force. Of course, yesterday we discussed that. And coming to that one more, non-contact force. What is that? Non-contact force. What is the non-contact force? It is opposite for the contact force. So without a direct physical, what we can say? Without a direct physical contact force is acting between two interacting objects. Two interacting objects. Two interacting objects. without a direct, no more any direct physical contact. We are not using our direct, means we are not using our body parts to make in contact any body. So no more any direct physical contact, but there is a force. But there is a force between two objects to interact each other, to interact each other. Understand? So there is no physical direct, there is no what a direct physical contact force, but it is acting between two interacting objects. Here there is a direct physical contact between two interacting objects. Understand? How like already we discussed why that is a what a no more what a without a direct physical contact force is acting between. How like the physical contact force is acting between direct physical contact force is acting between two interacting objects. Okay, then we will go to discuss about examples for those particular forces. Examples. What are those? Okay, what are the suitable examples to explain the non-contact force and contact force? Okay, let's discuss those. What are those? And let's start examples to learn about non-contact force. Non-contact force. We're talking about non-contact force. Non-contact force. Non-contact force. Examples to understand non-contact force. Examples to understand non-contact force. Let me discuss one activity. Activity 1. Take a bar magnet. Take a bar magnet. Place on a white paper. White paper. Okay, what I'm saying? Take a bar magnet and place on a white paper. And second thing, take iron nail. Take iron nail. Place at a part of the distance to the magnet. To the magnet. See here what I am doing. This is imagine white paper, and this is a what I am saying to you magnet. How we discussed when we discuss about playing with magnets. Okay, it consists two poles. I am showing that like, and we place it we place it iron nail at a part of the distance. This is a magnet, and it is a iron nail on a white paper. They replace it on white paper. See here, we will observe what we'll observe that iron nail, what happened? Will attract to the magnet or by the magnet. Okay? So we can conclude what we can conclude? The magnet experiences a force at a part of the distance. The magnet means exerts a force on a iron nail. So that force is nothing as what we can call magnetic force. Magnetic force. Are you understand? So what I'm saying, by placing iron nail at a part of the distance, iron nail at a part of the distance to the magnet shows attraction force on the what iron nail. So the iron nail attracted by the magnet or pulled by the magnet. Means magnet shows a force that is nothing else but a magnetic force around its region. Around its region. Understand? So by that what we can identify, see, there is no contact, means we are not placing the contact to those two. We are not using any physical, a direct physical. We are not placing with our body part in contact, but when we are placing at a part of the distance, when you are placing at a part of the distance, what happens? One is iron nail is one body and magnet is a one body. When we place at a part of the distance, what happens? The two bodies are interacting. Two bodies are interacting each other. The two bodies are interacting each other. Why like? But without a direct physical contact force. Without a direct physical contact force is acting between two interacting objects. No more direct physical contact, but what happens? There is a force is acting between two objects to interact each other. So we are not utilizing physical contact to make in contact. So that's why what I'm saying, what force is present on the non-contact force. But the magnetic material is attracted by the magnet, so magnet experiences, magnet express means exert a force, magnetic force on the magnetic material. So magnetic force is an example for what the non-contact force. Magnetic force is an example for non-contact force. Understand? Magnetic force is a example to understand what a example for non-contact force. Why before we call non-contact force, we can call it as a force at a distance. We call what a force at a distance. Is it or not? See, force at a distance, and also we called field force. What we call field force. Why? Because see, without a direct physical contact, there is a distance between the two objects to interact, but there is a force is there acting. There is a force acting between two bodies to interact at a part of the distance. That's why what we are calling non-contact force is a force at a distance. The force is acting at a particular field. So field force, what we can call field force. Understand? Let's we discuss one more activity to the understand magnetic force. To understand magnetic force, okay? What you are going to understand? Magnetic force. To understand the magnetic force. Now we are going to talk about second activity to understand the magnetic force. To understand the magnetic force is an example for non-contact force. Then as before what we discussed, like only we will discuss, take a bar magnet, take a bar magnet and place on a white paper or white chart. White paper or white chart. White paper. Okay. See here, this is a bar magnet. Place it on a white paper. Place it on a white paper. Understand? Place it on a white paper. Okay. Sprinkle, what you are going to see here, sprinkle some iron filling on a bar magnet, on a bar magnet. Sprinkle, we have to sprinkle, we have to spread iron fillings. What are those? Iron fillings. The fine particles of the magnetic material, iron. Fine particles, tiny type of the particles, fine, teeny type of the particles, smallest particles of the iron. Those we are calling iron fillings. Those we are what you are doing, sprinkling on the magnet, sprinkling on the magnet. These are the iron fillings what I am showing to you. We are sprinkling on the iron fillings. Sorry, we are sprinkling iron fillings on the magnet. See here, give a small jerk to the paper, By giving a small jerk to the paper, we are disturbing the paper. We may observe the arranging of the iron filling around the magnet. Okay, what I'm saying, by giving disturbance to that, the iron fillings are how it is arranged to the magnet that we may observe. How like those see, most of iron fillings are moved, are settled, are attracted at ends of the magnet, and least at center of the magnet. Most of the iron fillings are attracted at the ends of the magnet, least at the center of the magnet. How like see once, see here, this is a bar magnet. How like those see, such a like those are arranged, means attracted more. Okay, at the same time this side also. So least at center of the magnet. This is the way the arranging of the iron fillings around the magnet while we are giving what a small jerk to the white paper. By giving a small jerk to the white paper before the sprinkling, means after the sprinkling the iron fillings, the iron fillings are attracted by the magnet more at most at ends of the magnet, least at center of the magnet. So by this pattern they will arrange. So by this we can identify the magnetic field lines. Magnetic field means the magnetic force are experienced by the magnet around the region is a magnetic field. So the magnetic field lines we can draw by showing, see once, this is the magnet, North Pole and the South Pole. See here, how like those I'm showing to you. These are the magnetic field lines. field lines. So the magnetic field lines are travel outside of the magnet from North Pole to South Pole. The magnetic field lines are travel outside the magnet from North Pole to South Pole. And inside the magnet travel from South Pole to North Pole. South Pole to North Pole. This is a way to understand the magnetic field lines. From that we can say magnetic field lines are closed loops, and also we can call sometimes open loops. Open loops, but generally we are calling closed loops. Closed loops. They are never intersect at anywhere. They may follow the equidistance to each loop. That's why we are calling what you can say those parallel uniform magnetic field lines. Uniform magnetic field lines. Understand? Up to which shows what is the strength of the field. Up to that the magnetic field lines will show around the magnet. That is the imaginary line. Imaginary line. What are those? Imaginary lines. Understand? This is one more way to understand the what field force or example for what magnetic force to understand the non-contact force. Non-contact force. See carefully. Okay. Let's discuss one more to understand the magnetic force third activity. Means we are analyzing the magnetic force. Means how like the interaction between the poles of the magnet. We are going to discuss about now what the interaction between poles of the magnet. Interaction between poles of the magnet. What are going to talk about? Interaction between poles of the magnet. Poles of the magnet. What is the interaction? What is the reaction between the poles? Such those we will discuss. Okay. Take a bowl. Take a bowl and fill it water. And fill with water. Fill with the water. See here what you are taking. This is a bowl. This is bowl. We are taking water. Okay. And next thing. Take 2 sewing needles. Okay, take 2 sewing needles. Otherwise, if you need to, needles means metal. Take 2 needles, which we are using for the sewing purpose, stitching needles. Okay. And coming to hemming needles, what you can call hemming needles. Take 2 needles, and what we are going to do here, we are collecting different type of materials to do this activity. We need one magnet. What we need? Magnet, 2 needles. Okay, thermocol balls. Thermocol balls. Okay, and bowl water. Take 2 needles and rub on one needle with the help of a magnet. Before we learn to magnetize the needle, to magnetize the nail. So such only we are doing this, what we are doing, magnetize the needle, with by rubbing with help of magnet, After rubbing, we can also identify the receiving needle becomes as a magnet. It acts as a magnet. And insert two colored thermocol balls at ends of the needle. Ends of the needle. Understand? So means what we are doing here, by taking sieving needle, if it is needle, we are making magnetized with help of magnet. By that, the sieving needle will become as a magnet. It experience the magnetic force with a pair of poles. What I'm saying to you, to that particular magnetized substance means needle. To that magnetized needle, we are inserting two colored balls at two ends. Two colored balls at two ends. See here, I'm recognizing two different colored balls, thermocol balls. What I'm saying? Thermocol balls. Such a way. Is it visible to you? Yeah, colors are not maybe. It is what I'm saying. Here I given colors to you, green, and here I given to you blue. Same as repeat the process. Repeat the process. Same as repeat the process and make magnetization to the second needle and insert two colored thermocol balls to the magnetized needle. Same as the colors we are inserting means we are placing to the sieving needle. This is a green and this is a blue. And slowly drop those two magnetized needles into a bowl. What we are going to do? This is a bowl. This is the water. Okay. Into that, what I am doing? The two needles I am going to drop. With the needles are inserted. The needles are carrying what those thermocol balls. So due to the thermocol balls, the two needles will float on the water because of less density than the water. Thermocols are having less density than to the water. It can float on the surface of the water. We may observe when two same colored of the thermocol balls are contact each other by the sieving needle, we can identify they may move away from each other. When different colors of the thermocol colored balls are coming in contact by the sieving needle, we may observe they are interacting each other. What I am discussing, when there is a same colored thermocol balls are coming in contact by the sieving needles, we may observe they may move away from each other, means they are pushing each other. When different colored thermocol balls are coming in contact with the sieving needles, we are observing but pulling by each other, they are contact each other. Means what we can observe. So when there is a same poles of the magnet, what are the same poles? Same poles of the magnet. Means north, what we can call same poles means north means North Pole and North Pole. At the same time, South Pole and South Pole. North Pole and South Pole and South Pole, North Pole and North Pole. When the same poles or similar poles or like poles are in contact, you may observe they may repel each other. They may repel each other. What I'm saying to you, repel each other. They may move away from each other. When there is a like pole, means unlike poles, means different poles or unlike poles are in the contact, we may observe attract each other. What we can observe, attract each other. Means what we are going to talk about interaction between the poles of the magnet. So when there is a like poles are in the contact, what I'm saying, like poles. So same means what I'm saying, like poles are in the contact, we may observe repel means they may push each other, they may move away from each other. When there is a unlike poles means not in the same, different poles. We may observe they may contrast each other, they may come contact each other, they may pull each other, they may pull by each other. Understand? This is to understand the magnetic force is example for non-contact force, because a force is acting at a part of the distance without a direct physical contact. A force is acting at a field without a direct, between the two interacting objects, without a direct physical contact, but it is acting to interacting objects. This is nothing as a non-contact force. It is a force experienced with a magnet, so that's why it is a magnetic force. What is that? Magnetic force. Magnetic force is example for non-contact force. Magnetic force is example for non-contact force. Understand? See carefully. Are you clear about that magnetic force? I think so. We discussed about third activity. What we discussed about this? This is a third activity. Is it or not? Of course. Third activity. Interaction between poles of the magnet. Is it? Okay, see then. So what we discussed here, what we understood here, magnetic force is an example for non-contact force. Then we will talk about one more. What we can talk, one more example to understand the non-contact force. So let's discuss an activity. Activity 1. Okay. What we are going to discuss. Take a comb and comb your hair or dry hair. Comb your hair or dry hair. After combing, bring that combed comb to near to the tiny type of papers or husk or dried dried leaf, tiny type of dried leaf. We can observe that tiny type particles or attract to the comb. See here what I'm saying. We are taking a comb. What are taking? Comb. This is a comb. Comb means to help to make a hairstyle, to comb our hair. Okay. So by using comb, we are combing our dry hair, combing our dry hair. After combing with comb, we are bringing that comb near to the tiny papers. We are bringing to the tiny papers. Tiny means a small papers, which are made of small papers by cutting. When we are bringing those to the near tiny papers, we may observe the tiny papers are at a place by placing at a part of the distance. At a part of the distance, we may observe the tiny papers will attract by the tiny papers will attract by the paper comb. The tiny papers will attract by the comb. See, we comb our dry hair with the help of comb. After combing, we are bringing the comb near to the tiny papers. The tiny papers are attracted by the comb by placing a part of the distance. By placing a part of the distance. Why the comb is attracting to the tiny papers? Can you answer? Can you answer for that? We can talk here. The comb is when rubbing on our dry hair. When rubbing on our dry hair, it produces a charges. What it can produce as charges. Those are two type charges. One is a negative charge and one is a positive charge. Negative charge. One is a positive charge. The body which is gaining charge, which is receiving charge, that consists negative charge. The body which is losing charge, that receives positive charge. Here, comb is receives charge, that's why it gains a negative charge. Hair receives charge, loses charge, so that's why it got positive charge. This is a negative charge, comb. Understand? So the body which is losing their charge, it receives positive charge, which is receives or gain charge, that gains negative charge. Which is gaining, which is charging by rubbing, means charging means which is having negative charge, which carries negative charge, those shows the attraction force. Those shows the attraction force. These uncharged bodies, what are those? Uncharged bodies, which are three type of papers. It consists neutral, it's both charges. When you are bringing that charged body to the uncharged body, it shows attraction between those, because what you can observe, a force between what Verma? A force between charges of your body. A force between charges of your body. A force between charges of your body is nothing as electrostatic force. What I'm saying to you? Electrostatic force. Electrostatic force. What I'm saying to you? Electrostatic force. Electrostatic force is a force. The force is acting between two charges of, means a force is acting between charges of your body. Force is acting between charges of your body. Charges of your body. Understand what I'm talking to you? The bodies are carrying charges. So force between charges. What charges are on the body? Is it? That's why the force is acting between charges of your body is nothing as a electrostatic force. What is that? Electrostatic force. See that by rubbing the bodies are charging, those charged bodies are showing a force to attract or to repel. That we will talk one more actually to understand the electrostatic force. To understand the electrostatic force. Take two inflated balloons. Take two inflated balloons. Inflated means the balloon which is filled with air. The balloon which is filled with air. The balloon which is filled with air. So take two inflated balloons and hang those to a rigid support. Rigid support. Rigid support with help of thread or string. What you can say? Thread. Thread. How like see once? This is a rigid means fixed support. What I'm saying to you? Fixed support. And two balloons I'm hanging. Two balloons I'm hanging to the fixed support with help of threads. Take woolen cloth. Take woolen cloth. Take woolen cloth. Take woolen cloth and rub against to the two balloons as individual by individual means we are rubbing each balloon by using woolen cloth after rubbing we are bringing those two balloons in contact. When you push the two balloons in contact, we may observe those two balloons will move away from each other. Understand? By rubbing with woolen cloth to the two balloons, what happens? The two balloons are rubbed with the same cloth, no? So the balloons, when they are coming contact, they may move away from each other. Means they are moving away from each other. They are pushing each other. They are moving. What happens? Far from each other. Why? Because they both are having similar charges. Because we rubbed with the same type of cloth. By that, what happens? Both inflated balloons are having similar charges. What are their similar charges? Similar charges means what we can say like or same charges. Before what we discussed in the poles, like poles will repel each other like only. Similar charges are like charges or same charges will repel each other or repel each other. Okay. Take one charged balloon from the two charged inflated balloons. Take one charged balloon and bring near to the a straw which is placed in a tumbler. Tumbler is a transparent glass. See here what I'm saying. So take a charged balloon, bring near to a straw which is placed in a tumbler. Straw. What is a straw? Straw is help to us to drink juice, to suck juice, to sip the juice or liquid particles. Understand? So when you are bringing that inflated charged balloon near to the straw, we may observe the straw is attracting by the balloon. Means what we can consider, this is a charged balloon, this is an uncharged straw. So there is interaction between those two by placing a part of the distance, because charged carries a negative charge, uncharged body carries water positive charge. They may attract each other. Means unlike charges, what are there here? Unlike charges are different charges are attract each other. Same charges are repel each other. Unlike charges are attract each other, and similar charges are like charges are repel each other. Understand what I'm saying to you? See carefully. We are understanding about what we are understanding, that electrostatic force, a force between two charges of a body. two charges of your bodies is nothing as a electrostatic force. Electrostatic force. The body which is charged by rubbing that receives negative charge, which is losing charge by rubbing that receives positive charge. Like charges will repel each other, unlike charges will attract each other. The body which is carrying a particular charge is measured by what? An electroscope. What is that? Electroscope. Electroscope is a device which can identify the charge is present or not on a body. Charge is present or not in a body. Understand? Let's we talk one more. This is, I think, the second activity we discussed. What is that? Second activity. In that only two activities we discussed. Is it or not? Let's we discuss one more. Okay, understand? What is electrostatic force? A force is acting between two charges of your body. So, electrostatic force is also one of the examples for non-contact force. What we can write this electrostatic force means a force which is acting between two charges of a body is known as electrostatic force. Is known as electrostatic force. Next we discuss one more activity. Take an inflated balloon. The inflated means already discussed. What? Which is filled with air. The balloon which is filled with air. So take an inflated balloon and rub on our head. And rub on our head. So see here. Okay. This is a hair. This is hair. We are rubbing with a balloon, inflated balloon. We are rubbing with the inflated balloon. Rubbing with inflated balloon on our head. After rubbing, lift that inflated balloon slowly from the head. We may observe the hair. What I'm saying? The hair are lift along the balloon. Means we can conclude that we can say that what the hair are attract the balloon. See here, by rubbing on that, when you are lifting that inflated balloon, the hairs also lifts or rises towards the balloon. When you are lifting the balloon after rubbing upwards, when you are lifting slowly from the head, the hair also will lift or rise towards the balloon. Means the hair are attract towards the balloon. Means the balloon exerts a force to attract the hair. A force between two charges. See, a force is acting between two charges of your body is nothing as what we are calling electrostatic force. What we can call electrostatic force. So those we can talk different examples. When you are rubbing with a glass rod on a silk cloth. After rubbing with the help of silk cloth on a glass rod, by bringing silk cloth near to the tiny type of papers, the tiny papers will attract by the silk cloth. By rubbing with a glass rod loses charges that it receives positive, and the silk cloth receives negative from the glass rod that it receives negative charge. It makes the attraction between the tiny papers to the silk cloth between the charges. So that is the electrostatic force. What we may say that? Electrostatic force. Now you understand that what is the non-contact force means? If without a direct physical contact, force is acting between two interacting objects is known as non-contact force we discussed. Is it same as we discussed two different examples for non-contact force? One is a magnetic force we discussed, another one is electrostatic force. Then after we'll discuss remain what are there for the non-contact force examples and also examples for contact force. Okay, remember for and keep learning to your exam for tomorrow what we given syllabus to you. Understand? Write well to inform to your friends to write your exam. See you in the next class. Have a good day to you.